a cheap headset.
I didn't say it was. You
No
just look like
mistakes,
you
just
outside,
mistakes
you
get
know,
made.
telling the planes to go left, go right, come on straight, bring it in. I mean, that's all you look like right now.
You funny, James. You be going in on me low key, but it's okay. I'ma crash out one day.
Oh, the Lakers
I'll
came
be
back. That's
waiting.
crazy.
I'll be waiting. I love it when people crash out. Cause I'm petty. I crash with you.
What's up? What's up, y'all? We back with the next level Aces Pod hashtag NLO Pod on all your socials. It's your boy Geo Spectre coming to you with JMO Stacks, Queen Pen 96, and Big John Boy. What's up, y'all?
What's
Was
happening?
that?
John Boy, what's our song for the night?
Glorilla, hold on, man. Her album came out. Album came out with a couple of people. Big X, the plug, right away, but she's been holding strong, man. I think she's either the first three spots on Apple Music, and some people are even saying for this generation, it could be a classic album. So I'm gonna take a deeper look at it. I don't listen to too many new artists, but I'm gonna try to dive into it. I do like that song there, so we'll see what's
Yeah,
going on with the whole album.
yeah,
Yeah,
new
that
music.
song,
Yeah,
that song jam though. It definitely jam.
I think I'm at that age where I don't
Agreed.
listen to new music no more. I'm like, I got my 90s, 2000s, kind of 2010s, but for new songs like that, that one was a banger. So shout out to Glorilla
Yeah,
for Hold On.
Agreed.
shout out
All
to
right, y'all.
Gloria.
Gloria, yeah. Gloria, then you got Florida, Florida, all these names. They're so unique. Y'all, we back with the NBA. This is premiere week. Got a bunch of games on right now. Suns over Lakers right now, about one in the third quarter. What's y'all high level view of what's been happening this week with the NBA?
I mean, you got to start off by saying history being made. Father, son, LeBron, Brownie, stepping
Just call
foot.
him Brownie.
Yeah, Bronny, man. Bronny Jr. You got to look at them stepping foot on an NBA court for the first time ever in history. So, we got to give it to them. I appreciate it being done. They got it out the way. Now the Lakers is like, it's time to move on. We got to win games. Bronny still needs to, he ain't there yet, but he got some work to do.
Yeah, like you said, move on, move him to the G League, and let's get the season started because he ain't ready yet.
Mm-mm.
Definitely, definitely not ready. I mean, he tried his best, but he signed that contract though to where he won't go to the G League. I don't know.
Well, I heard he is. He's gonna be going. So after this road trip they're doing, he's gonna be splitting between the G League and the Lakers.
So a
So
two-way
he is
contract.
gonna. So he is. They ain't saying it's a two-way contract, but they gonna split him between to kind of see if we get that. So we'll see. But overall, I'm excited about NBA coming back. I don't know about y'all, but I will say this from previous episode. I kind of left OKC out of it as being a top team. I gotta take that back, man. The way they played last night, was it last night, and beat different the Nuggets. Hey, OKC, they gonna be a team to watch this year, definitely.
Do
Yeah, I
y'all
think.
think? Go ahead, G.
No, no, you're good. What's your question?
I said, do y'all think Denver's reign is over with? I
One
know
hundred percent.
they didn't make it last year, but do you think they can make a comeback? Y'all think it's over for Denver?
Nah, I think they can still. I think they still gonna be up in there. Let's not count them out yet. They gonna still be in there, but right now it's still kind of early in the season. Everything just started. People trying to gel, figure that out. Like I said, just OKC, and last year they did things. They just shocked me. The opening to beat the Nuggets. I wasn't expecting it like that, and they came and they played them boys hard. And hey,
I mean, they were the number one team last year in the West, so gotta give a little bit of respect to them there. To your question, John, and then Jasmine, I'll go to you. Denver's reign as winning to me is over as champions, as and
Mm-hmm.
even in the finals, I give them top five out of respect. But you look at what OKC is doing, you look at Minnesota being revitalized. So far, Suns look good when they're completely healthy. I'm curious. Bill only played 29 games or so last year. A full season with
Right.
him and KD and Booker. You never know. And of course, a little hometown love for the Pelicans. We never know what could happen with them either. So I think Denver makes it to the playoffs probably easily, top five possibly, but I don't think they make it out the second round.
Ooh, the second round.
Hmm.
It's that
I'm
time.
still holding out for Golden State.
Hey, they shocking me too with that young squad. They doing something. So Golden State still might be in there.
Yep. Jazz, what's your thoughts on that?
Um, to go back, not to go back, not to send us back, but just my thoughts as far as the whole Bronny and LeBron James thing, to throw a little nerd fact in there. That is a first for basketball, but it's not a first for sports. You had Ken Griffey Sr. and Ken Griffey Jr. play baseball together. They were
Yep.
father son. So
And
yeah,
matter of
just
fact, Jazz, matter of fact, I'm glad you said that. They were
mhm.
actually at the game to
Mm-hmm.
support
I saw pictures of
LeBron
that.
and
Mhm.
Bronny.
I
Good
saw
Yep.
good
pictures of
call
that, and
out
I
on that. Yes.
yeah, I thought
And
that was pretty cool.
it
I think
was.
they're gonna be the last father son duel. I think I think Bronny. We all knew Bronny should have not been drafted, and if his name wasn't his
Wow.
name, and I'm gonna say this, I hope he has a good year, all that good jazz, good
Bronny
fortune
for
and
rookie of the
whatnot.
year. Call it.
Bronny's not winning Rookie of the Year. Alexander
Who else gonna
Ricochet,
win it?
Ricochet is gonna win it easily. But
Nah,
here's my
that Lakers
question to
got
you.
somebody.
Rumor has it the Warriors were going to take Bronny right before, but out of respect, they let it happen with the Lakers. What's y'all thoughts on that?
If they even went to the Warriors, I think he would have did better. Reason I say that, they already a young team right now, and
Yep.
then you got Draymond Green. Draymond would have slapped up out of him, like, hey, look, man, step it up. So yeah, I think it would have been a nice to see that too. So
Yeah, you have a better head coach. No disrespect to JJ, but he's new. He's figuring stuff out himself. You got the legend in Steve Kerr, who has like 17,000 rings at this point. So you go to him and you get a little bit better development earlier. But Bronny has good thing is he got the years to figure it out. Programming note: the Dodgers just won with a grand slam, first game of the World Series grand slam walk off. So that's 6-3 over the Yankees. Any thoughts on the Dodgers, James? I know that's your team.
that's one of my teams. I
One.
honestly I like this World Series because I like both teams. I do like the Yankees. I like the Dodgers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's good. One reason I'm gonna say I like the Dodgers is because they won the World Series the year I was born. I'm gonna tell everybody in 1988. So that kind of made me. I kind of was born a Dodgers fan,
Oh,
even
jeez.
though.
They had a baseball in your playpen.
Hey, I'm gonna have to ask my parents that, but it's just a little fun note right there that
It's
they won the
random.
World Series the year I was born. So it's kind of like, hey, I like the Dodgers, and then for the Yankees, we've always liked the greats that they had. The Yankees has always had a great team from Derek Jeter, A Rod, things players like that. They always had good players, and now you got Aaron Judge. So and this is a great rivalry as well. So it should be a great World Series. Personally, I want to see it go Game 7 out of them, but we'll see how it goes. They already started off on a boom, extra innings, walk off home run. Nice way to start the World Series off.
Yep, definitely. So congrats to them. Moving on to NFL, we got NCAA football. A slew of games happening right now. Overall, a lot of from the NFL side of it. Then we'll go back to college. A lot of injuries have been happening on the NFL side. So many different players. I know it's fantasy players. That's
Oh,
outrageous. It's the waiver wire is trash, and we playing with fourth string people, especially us Saints fans. But what's y'all takes on the injuries, specifically geared to training camp, OTAs, and practices? We practicing too hard, and we burning our team members out. Not enough, and they're not properly stretched. What do y'all think?
personally don't think it's all of that. I think they are stretching. I thinking now it's coming down to what they're planning on, or maybe their cleats. Cause let's start off with Deshaun Watson, Achilles. You could see it pop, and it was like, oh, and you felt bad for him. And it was no contact. A lot of these injuries is occurring with no contact. So it's more like, is it the turf? Is it the grass? Is it your cleats? Like, what's really? I don't think it's more conditioning. I feel like them boys is conditioning. I think it's just more of other things going on. But that's just my opinion. Who am I to know stuff like that?
Yeah, I was. It seemed like over the past 5 years, the Achilles tendon, that's been an injury that's been plaguing a lot of people. And I don't know, like you said, it has something to do with the new technology of the cleats. They're more lower cut now. They say it don't really have nothing to do with the cut of the shoe, is how your foot is placed in the shoe. I don't know if it has something to do with turf. I don't know if it has something to do with their off time. I don't know. It just seems like, all the injuries have been like lower extremities, and like you said, contactless injuries. It's just kind of weird. So I don't know, but I think they need to take a deeper look at why a lot of injuries are happening to the ankles nowadays because it's plaguing everybody.
Ankles and knees,
Yep.
definitely.
Hmm.
Yep. 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 Jazz out.
To weigh in on that, the thing with football injuries and it being a contact sport, it's not a matter of if it's gonna happen. It's really a matter of when. And you have these teams and they're playing, and it's very rare that they finish the season without getting injury. And it's like you have, speaking to what you said about the elements, like unlike basketball, football is played in the elements. It's outside. Basketball is indoor. So it's like you have these players and they're outside. If they're in the snow and it's 20 below zero, like it's gonna hurt. Like if they get hurt, like you know what I mean? Like like
No, I got you.
you pray it don't happen and you don't want to see it, but
Yeah, it's
it
Completely. I
happens.
mean,
Yeah.
to that point, Jazz, it's
Mhm.
we see them now focusing better with the concussions with the soft helmets. They've even allowed them to now use the soft helmets during the game. One of the guys from the Bills, I can't remember his name right now, cornerback was playing with the softer practice helmet during the regular game. Now that's allowed to
Right.
reduce the amount of pressure and hits to the head.
And that's because CTE, right?
Completely,
The whole
completely.
thing wrapped up with that. Yeah.
Speaking of that, Tua was cleared today, which is crazy in my opinion. He's had 4 concussions in 2 years.
Dang.
That's crazy. And
Wow.
so, I mean, I'm going to start him this week in fantasy because he is my starting quarterback.
hey. I mean,
I'm not
hey,
going to lie to you about that part, but
I'll plug it in. I'll trade you.
I'll trade you. I'll trade you for Tua. As soon as he go down, I'm gonna say accept the trade. But to that point, though, is there space for them to do better with the healing side of it? So, case in point, watched an interview with Kamara, and he said literally he's been playing with fractured hand, broken ribs, like since last year. It heals up, and he gets. And the mindset is, I'm just going to get through it, right? Whether I'm looking for the
Right.
money or not. What can they
Right.
do from what y'all even know, about the healing side of it better?
Honestly, it's not much you can do playing football to really heal your body until you are no
Right.
longer playing.
Yep.
It's
Right.
the
Right.
type of sport it is. Literally, from the perspective of Kamara, him still playing through it. It's just because he loves the sport. And I'm gonna just
Right.
use Tua. We all agree. Everybody will probably agree Tua shouldn't play no more. But from a player's perspective, it's the sport you love. You're not
Yep.
gonna want to give it up that easily. Pretty much, some of those players literally put their lives on the line, and they would say, I died by this sword. And that's pretty much what they would do is die by that game. And that's kind of like what Tua's doing. So I would feel like, when they give you time frames to heal, like IR, you get put on an IR, injury reserve, it's like 4 weeks, fifth week you back. You know, it's a hit or miss. For example, Puka. last night. He
Yep.
was on the IR. He came back, had over 100 yards.
Yep.
Like, dude, was you injured or was you not? Like, he took the
Right.
time off. But here's another thing you have to also put in perspective: your age. They always say the younger you are,
The
you heal
faster you hear.
quicker.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mhm.
faster you hear, and that is another reason why the sport of football is becoming younger and younger.
Yeah.
If y'all
Young man
notice,
sport.
they're
Yeah,
getting
it is.
younger and younger. It's because
Mhm.
one, I would agree. Maybe you should have a better diet. I gotta put somebody out there, Derrick Henry. I don't even know how to say it. He ain't no man amongst men, boys amongst men.
Yeah, Titan.
He a beast,
Yeah.
a titan amongst men. Like, but one year he got injured and he was out for a while. He came back. He wasn't all the way himself. So to answer your question, when you depending on the injury, most of the time you're gonna probably play with that type of injury your entire career until you retire before you can allow it to heal.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna play bang. You're gonna play banged up pretty much the whole season. You don't really get to heal until off season. That's just the nature of the sport. But things like broken ribs and stuff like that, I don't know. It is in a perfect world to be like, yeah, take all the time you need to heal. If it's gonna take
Right.
you a year to heal, take that. But the way NFL is set up, they got to put butts in seats, and they can't have their star players taking a whole year off. Unless it's a career. I mean, a season-ending uh, injury. So, like, yeah, you got a dislocated hand or a broken thumb. We're gonna tape it up. We're gonna give you a shot. You just gotta play these 16 games, buddy. We'll see you in the off season for correct healing. So it's just the nature of the beast.
I mean, to that point, just from a sports perspective, total, Dejounte Murray for the Pelicans, 3 minutes left in the game, give or take, went up for a shot. Zach Levine hit his hand, fractured his hand. He finished the
Hmm.
game, and then had surgery. Not like I'm gonna come out the game right now. And we were up already by enough to win, but I want to finish this game. I'm here. I'm here for this sport. I love it. To y'all's point
Hmm.
out down that sword, because they know that that's their livelihood. So, I mean, again, much respect to Tua. I really hope he's gonna be okay. That's scary because the last couple of hits, his body clearly was just involuntarily moving. You saw something was just disconnected up there. So, no, that's a lot of issues he's had with those concussions. Sticking with the NFL briefly, Bryce Young gets to start this week. Andy Dalton injured in a car crash. He hit his thumb. He's okay. He messed up his thumb. He was with his family. But
Hmm.
Bryce gets back in. What does Bryce need to do? This is just a random question to keep his spot this week.
He he gonna have
Play
to
well.
trans. He So in order for Bryce to, him being able, I know he said he didn't appreciate, he doesn't like the way he's getting the starting job back because of Andy Dalton and getting injured in his thumb in a car accident, which he's doing okay. But basically for Bryce, all he got to do is just go out there and play his game. That's really all he can do. He can play his game. It's time to show them who you are. Not saying that guy hasn't been out there and haven't been playing, but he really, for me, if that was me, I got benched and then I'm getting another chance to, show that I should be a starter. I'm gonna definitely go out there and put it on the line and then just play my game. That's it. That's all he can do is play his game.
Yep,
Hmm.
definitely. So, transitioning now to the NCAA. So, a lot of games, of course, last Saturday. A couple of upsets. What was that top one? Was it Alabama losing?
Alabama, Tennessee.
Alabama,
Tennessee upsetting
Tennessee.
Alabama.
What's your thoughts on Alabama right now? Is it over? Like Saban dynasty obviously has been over since this year. He's doing great on College Game Day. I love him over there with Pat McAfee. But the new team there, they're not looking like the dominant powerhouse that Alabama is. Much like the Patriots, kind of, now they just exist. What's your
I
thoughts on
wouldn't say
Alabama?
that. I wouldn't say that's the reason. Don't get me wrong. Nick Saban. Wonderful coach, best coach in college football. You know, you hate to see that he's no longer there, and it looks like the team is struggling. I wouldn't say Alabama is struggling. I'm gonna be honest and say I do not like Alabama whatsoever, but I will give them their props and their respect. But I think it's more of the conference in itself getting stronger. I feel like
Yep.
SEC is getting stronger. Tennessee was a ranked team. They were ranked number 7. It's not like Alabama was playing an unranked Tennessee or anything like that. They was playing a ranked team.
Well, they
So to
played
me,
Vanderbilt.
yeah, they did. And but what conference is Vanderbilt in? SEC. You can't take them lightly. And here's what I would say about that. Alabama took them lightly. Who did they beat the weekend before? Georgia. That was a hell of a game. Georgia came back,
Game of the
but
year.
Alabama held on and win. I listened to Nick Saban that next weekend, and they asked him. They said, "Nick, what do you think is the hardest for to come off of that type of weekend? Is it harder for the winning team or is it harder for the losing team?" You know what his answer was? He said it's harder for the winning team to continue keeping that motivation and moving on. And what happened? They lost to Vanderbilt.
Yep. All right, guys, changing subjects to a more serious situation with Diddy, Puff Daddy, whatever his name is now. Lot of headlines right now with the accusations. Obviously, a very sensitive topic, but wanted to give a free space for us to chat about it. If you guys got anything on it, is there any accuracy to the truthfulness from you guys' opinions about the scandals? Is there something bigger we don't know? What's y'all's take on it?
My take on it is, um, it just makes you wonder, like, how true is everything? You know, they started a hotline for this scandal thing, and they had like 12,000 people call in. This real reports of 12,000 people calling this Diddy hotline talking about they were victims of
What?
Puff Daddy, and it just makes you wonder, like, how accurate is this? I mean, he's been in Hollywood for a bunch of years. We can't say that, besides the video that they did release, that he's not into different things, but just all the different accusations. Almost every day, I'm reading reports of him being accused of this and him being accused of that. So it just, I don't know. I just feel like they could be targeting him, not past the Cassie video, but just the other stuff that they're accusing him of. I think they could be targeting him. It just seems like ever so often, like Young Thug has been on trial for over 6 months. Now Dirk is going to be on trial for something, and it just seems like they're going after all, our artists and things like that. So it just, I just think they're just doing some targeting right now, just trying to put people behind bars for stuff.
Yeah, definitely. So 12,000 calls in 24 hours, just from what I pulled up off of that hotline, which is crazy.
Right.
I do believe there, obviously from the Cassie video, there's some truth to his misconduct, some level of it.
Mm-hmm.
Can't speak to whether it's him, whether it's Vince McMahon, whether it's Harvey Weinstein. Like, there's some clear proof that at least once something didn't go the way that we were told it went, or what have you. There's some foul stuff
Right.
happening. 12,000 is a lot.
Yes, a
There's
lot.
Yeah, there's going to be some people who get on that bandwagon for looking for a paycheck. There's apparently one lawyer
Exactly.
representing 120 of those representatives, which is, again, looking for that quick payday. We know
Mm-hmm.
and we've seen, and it's unfortunate now that you listen to like a lot of the old lyrics and some of the old videos, that everybody's always said, and I hate to use this as a credible source, but Orlando Brown, we all call him crazy. We all call him crazy. And he said, you got to watch out for Diddy because Diddy do this and that.
A lot of
Uh,
people said that.
you
A
want look
lot
at
of
some of
people
the
said that.
videos on him on the Diddy on the talk shows, and people saying like, you see this? And 50 himself. Got to watch out for Diddy. Cat Williams. Diddy always want to party. You just gotta say no.
You gotta say no. You gotta tell him no. You got
It's tough. It's tough because from a musical perspective, he's a genius, and he how he got into the studio back in the '90s and worked his way up. I love all the stories, but when it comes with all this
Mm-hmm.
extra baggage, it's like, man, your music don't outweigh you being just a bad person. And we
Right.
Right.
saw we saw him in his space with like the making the bands and all that, how you treated them on camera. Go walk over the bridge
Hmm.
to Queens and give me a
That
creme
This
people got to
brulee
see.
cheesecake.
Mhm.
and give some cheesecake. And that was small scale, you know, and we joked about it then, but now it's like, well, wow, you really are that type of guy. Jazz, you got
Mm-hmm.
anything on that?
I have so much, but I'm gonna try to keep it short. As far as the validity of it and what I believe myself, I was like, maybe at first, like, like yeah, like you said, with the everything that we've seen in the past, the people coming out and saying, giving the warnings that they've been giving, I would be like, until I see something, I don't know. But then the Cassie video came out, and I'm like, yeah, that's what did it for me. And it's just kind of like I'm sitting here, and that's what personally did it for me, the Cassie video, and just if you can, his old bodyguard Gene Deal. I've been keeping up with his interviews and everything that he was saying that he personally saw, like, and what stood out for me the most was when he said that he witnessed Diddy. And don't get I'm pretty sure I remember him saying that he saw Diddy slap his own mother. I don't remember if he was saying he saw it or if he found out about it. Or he did something to her. He just was like really disrespectful to her. And I feel like if you do that to your own mama, you doing anything to anybody else. Like, so I don't know. We got to watch the trial and everything coming out. But as far as him being out, also, as long as he was before they put him in jail, people talked about how, well, maybe they don't have anything. I think they had everything. They just had to go get physical evidence. But I think this isn't coming from nowhere. A lot of people are saying that it's coming from nowhere. I don't think it's coming from nowhere. I think that they have been stacking this evidence for a long time because of the nature of the accusations. Like, it's a lot. So I think they really have everything that they need at this point. So I'm very interested to see how this trial and everything unfolds. So I have so much more on that,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna stop it right there.
Yeah. Like you said, Jazz, they they have something on them. When the FBI stepped in there, once the FBI stepped in it, they don't step in without evidence. So
No, they don't.
they had a lot of they had something. They let it pile up and they waited to the right moment. So yeah, like you
Right.
said, they got something.
Right, and look at the
If
trucks that they pulled up in. You don't pull up They don't pull up in those trucks that they pulled up in just to do a routine, "Hey," like, had the
That's
kids
some
out on the
GTA
curb.
trucks.
That's the GTA
Exactly, it was a
trucks.
GTA truck.
Yeah, yeah. So
Pulled up
definitely,
in night trucks and shit.
again, can't speak for validity, but definitely hope that the court does the right thing. If he's guilty, 100%, you know, he should go away for whatever disclosed amount of time, and if he's innocent, which he can't be for the Cassie thing, but
No.
for all the other stuff, you know, let the courts decide with that. On a more positive note, though, we're in this space now where in a little under couple of 2 weeks or so, we're going to have this presidential election. So, not going to get too deep into politics here, even though it's a safe space. We can if you guys want to, but we have this time now with Kamala being potentially our second black president, first ever female president. Jess, I want to go to you first. Speak a little bit to the idea, the space that we're in now in 2024, where this is even possible.
Um, so I love it here. Personally, as a Black woman, I think this is awesome. Um, since I was little, always wanting there to be a female president, even from when I was little, to seeing it possibly become a reality now. I feel like where the world is today, like where we are in the world today, as far as like growth, as far as women's rights and all of that kind of aided where we are now. But like for it to be not only a female president, but a black female president, I love it here. And yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes.
Me too. I definitely say I am. I do. I would say that from the women's rights, just has given this chance to perhaps have the first ever woman president in the United States. It shows a lot that women have come across and have what they've done. You got to give respect to some. You got to give respect to women. Men sometimes don't, but ultimately, you have to give respect to women. We all equal here. But I will say for sure, I do see that the women's rights has kind of given its chance to be a possibility within the next 2 weeks or so. We'll see.
Why are we so behind on it though? Because we're there's other countries with plenty of women leaders, presidents, and whatever. Why? Yes, I get you love it here, but we're behind the eight ball
I
with a
agree.
lot of
I
things.
absolutely agree.
Why do we think it took so long?
Good
What's the
question.
clean answer for that? Because I think we know some of the answers. And to your point,
Cause
with
it's
James,
a man's world.
Toxic masculinity.
It's
yeah,
a man's world.
the women running it all though. We just always behind
It's
the
a
eight ball.
man's world. But
So
yeah,
I definitely hope that John, like I don't know what y'all talking about.
I mean, it's just where we live, man. You know who's really running things and how they feel about women having a say so. I mean, if we're being completely honest, in my opinion, the only reason that she's in the position she's in because of Biden's health. So just think about it. If Biden was healthy, would she even be in this position? Because it's going to be an uphill battle. I think the last candidate that tried to run for president was Hillary Clinton, and she was, a Caucasian woman, and it was an uphill battle. So it's going to be even harder for uh, Harris. So but I do like the fact that she's given an opportunity. I think it'll be something that's inspiring for young black women. Um, and y'all go out there and vote. Vote for who you want to vote for, but go and vote.
Yep,
there you go.
yep, yeah, definitely vote. I
Love it.
mean, I know there's a bias when people say go vote, they want you to vote for their candidate. No, but literally just go
No,
vote.
just vote
Just
for
Yeah,
them.
go.
right.
Yep.
Exercise your right.
Right now, the polls show 47% for both of them. So no, it's a complete tie right now in terms of predicting a winner at the moment. So we got about a week or some change left. They're still doing their campaign trail and what have you, and then soon enough it'll be that Super Tuesday, and then we'll be all
Yep.
watching every single news outlet and seeing how they spin whatever, and hope for the best. Definitely on my end, hope that Harris pulls it off, but just gotta go vote and we'll see what happens.
Yep.
But if nothing else, guys, that is it for the Next Level Oasis podcast. Hashtag in a low pod on all your socials. I am Geo Spectre. That is JMO Stacks. Queen Pin 96. Big John Boy. Appreciate y'all. Have a good night. Peace.
Bye.
Peace.